Maupin has a book on Kop Mala. Well, it's probably a good book. I assume. I assume we're on the same page there. Where we're not on the same page is things like, I don't know. I don't think Jewish international bankers are the ones single-handedly destroying the world. I also don't think that there's a problem with trans ideology, and that I just can't possibly have an opinion on it because I don't understand or know anything about trans ideology. You know? All right, I want to quickly see this Caleb Maupin thing.
Even though I went to court with police.
Around 1:34, it's just getting hilarious. All right, well, why don't we start at 1:32, and then we're going to learn about how he's being assassinated.
Disturbing, right? And the synthetic left is toxic and dangerous. It's toxic and dangerous. It is extremely toxic and extremely dangerous. And there's a reason we have to stand up about this. The BREADTUBE book is coming out next week. It'll be available next week. You know, it'll be up online for sale. It's done. It's done. I've seen it. It's, you know, I'm loading the files. It's done. So the BREADTUBE book is done. And we, again, this is why I started the stream by saying this isn't inside baseball. This isn't inside baseball, right? I mean, it sounds like a bunch of people we've never heard of arguing with people that we've never heard of, right? That's what it sounds like, right? Mm-hmm. You know? But at the end of the day, this matters, right? The fact that there are hundreds of thousands of people who are being cultivated to murder and kill leftists.
Pause it.
Wait, what? What? That's what BREADTUBE's all been about this whole time? I had no idea. Cultivated to murder and kill leftists. Damn. So that's what H-Bomb and ContraPoints and, you know, Abigail had been doing this whole time. All of them. They were cultivating a murder squad. A massive murder squad. I had no idea. I missed the subtext. Because clearly there was something going on that I had no idea about.
It's a little bit dangerous, don't you think? Don't you think that's a little bit scary?
That sounds horrifying. I just didn't know.
You know? Little scary, isn't it? You know, the fact that Vosh is on there trying to incite people to kill us. Right?
Wait. I mean, I know Vosh is controversial. I know there's the Vosh bad meme. I have yet to see the clip where Vosh is like, now all of you go assassinate in Roblox Caleb Maupin. I'm gonna need each and every one of you to, in Roblox, assassinate, in Minecraft, Roblox, Caleb Maupin. That's what's gonna happen.
Right? The fact that ContraPoints has a whole video that says, you know, that, oh, someone's a fascist if they use this hand sign or that hand sign. These people are very dangerous, okay?
Oh, I'm so excited for this book now. This book is gonna be just new levels of conspiratorial nonsense. That's amazing. Yeah, ContraPoints does have videos like that. And they're for deprogramming. I mean, holy shit. There's a whole bunch of people who have come out and said that, like, it was thanks to ContraPoints' video on fascism, where she spoke our language and was able to identify the same things we did, that it actually helped pull me away from that world.
And I mean, I can keep repeating myself. I do repeat myself a lot, and some people find that to be very annoying. So I'm going to stop repeating myself on this point, because if I haven't gotten through to you yet, there's nothing more I can say. Okay. This stuff is very, very, very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. And I know people are in the chat and saying, oh, it's not dangerous. Look, I went to go support the students at the cafeteria at New School University. A group of students, Maoists, anarchist Trotskyites, went to go occupy their cafeteria. I went to New School to support them, and I was told that I had to leave because I was a fascist. All right? That happened. That was in 2018. Right?
Holy shit. What's bothering me today? Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subbies. Everyone who just got a sub from What's Bothering Me Today, give him a big thank you. And go check out his channel if you haven't already. YouTube.com/What's Bothering Me Today. He tells you on a daily basis, well, this may surprise you, what's bothering him today. So go check that out. Yeah. This is so glorious. This is so absolutely unadulteratedly incredible. So I think I understand where this whole thing is coming from. Caleb Maupin has been identified of speaking at a NASBOL conference. I know it's a NASBOL conference because it was featuring Alexander Dugin, who is the founder and one of the founding fathers of NASBOLery. I'm talking about National Bolshevism. He spoke at that conference where he was saying a very large amount of sketchy far-right stuff. Oh, Megaron, thanks. Good to see you. Hope everyone is having a great day so far. It's better now, Megaron. It's better now. Sky Comet Fallen, thank you for the 200 biddies. So, yeah, here's what I think went down. Caleb Maupin speaks at a NASBOL conference. Bad Empanada finds the clips of him doing that, posts them on the internet. The internet goes wild. The internet then shares them. Me and Thought Slime see them, and we are immediately entertained. I then find the clips of him interviewing that hardcore TERF, talking about trans ideology. And in that clip, obviously, ruthlessly make fun of both of them. And then afterwards, he puts out a video attacking Thought Slime. And that video, of course, is the one that lives in infamy, where he thinks the fact that Thought Slime can't pronounce Burger King correctly is indicative of the fact that he's never actually worked for a fast food restaurant in his life, and then goes on this weird, bizarre rant, which again is one of the greatest parts of the internet, talking about how, well, people on the left reject slime. We don't like slime. We like things that are clean. And so because of that, you can understand why Thought Slime is not a true leftist, because he embraces slime. So this all kind of boils over into everyone starting to call out Caleb Maupin for his very shady ties. Now, it's not just the fact, remember, that he has spoken at a NASBOL conference with one of the founding fathers of National Bolshevism. That's not the only reason he's being accused of some shady shit. He also wrote a book about how international bankers and their systems of usury, of course, are responsible for a lot of the ills of the world, and then directly associates the bankers with Israel, which of course was pretty sketchy. He no longer sells that book on Amazon. It's gone taken down after, once again, we did a little expose on it, read some passages, read some reviews, how deeply anti-Semitic the book actually was, and then it kind of disappeared from the internet. It's not on Amazon anymore. I mean, when it was on Amazon, it was like $100. It was a very expensive book. I haven't had the pleasure of pulling it apart. We got to read some clips thanks to the online copies that people were sharing. So I think because of all that, Caleb's probably gotten some backlash. Probably gotten a handful of people who have, started calling him out on this long and sordid history of sketchiness. And so because of that, he's pieced the whole thing together as a conspiracy. There's one left for 900. Do you have a link? Big Papa Chung Gross? $900. Wow, he's upped the price significantly. But because of that, I think all of this combined, he thinks that there is a conspiracy by BreadTube to assassinate him. Like, to have him Robloxed. Which couldn't be further from the truth. He's just a clown. He's just such a clown that people have just been roasting him for his clownery. Like, that's all this is. No one's ever asked for calls to violence. Please, don't ever injure this man. He's a beautiful creature. We need him to keep doing what he's doing because it's so infinitely entertaining. I want more Caleb Maupin books.
And I've been out on the street, reporting, and I've had people I've never met before walk up to me and start shouting at me about, oh, I know who you are. You work with Dugin, and I heard about you. And I've had random people I've never met walk up to me and start screaming.
Oh, it's out. BreadTube serves imperialism, examining the new brand of internet pseudo-socialism. A group of liberal commentators with shady origins, loosely calling themselves BreadTube, have become the primary online pro-socialist voices. The ideology that BreadTubers espouse, however, is not consistent with Marxist-Leninism or genuine anti-capitalism. Drawing from the works of Marx, Lenin, Mao Zedong, William Foster, Palm Dutt, Peter Kropotkin, and other revolutionary thinkers, Caleb Maupin shows that BreadTube has emerged due to a power struggle within the US ruling class. Maupin contrasts the BreadTube worldview of pessimism, anti-populism, and postmodernism with the hopeful project of 21st century socialism around the world. He urges working people to reject the dead end of identity politics, liberalism, and degrowth, and instead stand against the decaying imperialism and its drive towards fascism and war by embracing Russia. Here's the thing. I'm going to guess the liberal commentators with shady origins. He's probably going to talk about Vosh, and Vosh's like sex pest stories, or perhaps the number of clips that circulate, you know, the tactical N-word and stuff. That'll probably be the introduction to Vosh, and to talk about the shady background. No reviews yet. All right, well, I guess I got to order this. I'm gonna be directly supporting Caleb Maupin and his entire organization.
At me that I'm a closet white supremacist, okay? You know, the left forum didn't happen this year, all right? It's the Haitian coup. Okay, all right, we'll write that down. Haitian coup. You know, and
albino cave woman, thank you.
You know, I don't know if I would be welcome to the left forum. I don't know if it
agree.
would be safe for me to go to the left forum at this point. There are so many people who've decided that I am a white supremacist, and that's very scary to me. It's very scary, you know, and I worry about my wife's safety also. You know, I worry.
Okay, jokes aside, I'm just gonna get serious for 2 seconds. Please, no one ever threaten Caleb Maupin or his family. That is absolutely ghoulish behavior, and shame on you if you're doing that. Just don't threaten people's families at all, ever. Doesn't matter if the person themselves is the worst person on the planet. Don't go after Tucker Carlson's kids. Don't go after Tucker Carlson's wife, okay? The two of them didn't sign on to Tucker Carlson's white supremacist empire, and that fucking sucks that people would do something like that. So never, ever do that. Kenny from Philly, thank you. I appreciate it. Don't threaten people. You know, we're here to win in the marketplace of ideas. And that's typically what's been happening in terms of our back and forth with Caleb, right? Like, Caleb made that hilarious video about Thought Slime. Thought Slime obliterates him in another video. Caleb makes yet another one that says, like, BreadTube is dead, all hail the king, or something like that. And then me and Thought Slime made another video absolutely obliterating that one, because it was very unusual for a man who proclaims to be a Marxist-Leninist to not have the slightest idea about what he was talking about when it came to Marxism. That was bizarre as well. And I assume he's read way more Marx than I ever have. You know, if all of a sudden he came on the stream right now and was like, I want to debate Marxism, I would probably get floored, because he would probably be able to quote so many things. That doesn't mean that he's not misinterpreting a lot of key points, though, in his knowledge of it. Maupin has a book on Kop Mala. Well, it's probably a good book, I assume. I assume we're on the same page there. Where we're not on the same page is things like, I don't know, I don't think Jewish international bankers are the ones single-handedly destroying the world. I also don't think that there's a problem with trans ideology, and that I just can't possibly have an opinion on it because I don't understand or know anything about trans ideology, you know? Kamala Harris in the Future of America, an essay in 3 parts. Is there a link to his old one, Satan? It wasn't Satan at the Fountainhead, or was it Satan at the Fountainhead? Was that the name of it? About the lascivious nature. It is. Oh my God, you're not kidding! It's $900. Hold on, that wasn't a bit. Satan at the Fountainhead. $902.81. Wow. Just wow. The Israel lobby and the financial crisis. Satan at the Fountainhead. It just gets better. Are the reviews still here? Great book from start to finish. The book spans blah, blah, blah. I love how I'm in the Spanish version of this too. Oh shit. Did he delete the review? Oh no, here it is. Defines 19th century European anti-Semitism as the reason for rising poverty as well as the decline of traditional values. Maupin tells us this kind of anti-Semitism no longer exists. Revulsion over the Holocaust is wiped out. Strangely, pages 270 to 271 are the only pages in the book where Maupin mentions the Holocaust. He brings it up only to rule out contemporary concerns about the rising anti-Semitism as out of order. But this book exists as an example of the old Semitic wine in trendy new anti-Zionist bottles. It's a resource and rationalization for Jew hatred in the 21st century. Anti-Semitism is not a historical question superseded by events. Jew hatred is by default setting in capitalism in all historical periods. It is used to deflect, disorient, and demoralize those seeking for a scientific understanding of class exploitation and a road towards the infight and the dictatorship of the capital. Poverty, war, racism, union busting, and the pornographication of the bourgeois politics are laid safely at the feet of the wealthy cabal of international Jewish puppeteers, shielding the capitalist ruling class of each nation. This is what I'm talking about when I talk about Caleb Maupin being sketch. You know, when I talk about Caleb Maupin being sus. This is exactly what I'm referencing, because yeah, this is hella sus, hella strange.
worry about my wife's safety. She gets weird messages from people. She gets harassed all the time. And, you know, she's not doing political stuff the way I am at all. I mean, she does her own thing. She fights for the rights of domestic workers. She's a nanny. She works with children. And these people have targeted her, right?
Yeah,
these
that's
people
fucked.
are
Don't do
evil,
that.
okay? You know, Ben Burgess, Vosh, you know, Skippy the Bear.
What? Okay, the Ben Burgess part is fucking amazing too. This just keeps getting better and better. Ben Burgess made a very mild critique of one of Caleb's posts. It wasn't even outrageous. It was just like, you know, ... question mark, right? And Caleb lost his shit at him. Immediately quote tweets him, and he's like, this neocon imperialist is a McCarthyite from like a bygone era and all this shit. And Ben Burgess was like, what the fuck? He's like, we've never interacted before, ever. Like, I have no idea why you're going this hard. I was just giving you a mild critique. Like, holy shit, dude.
These people are evil, okay? And
Who is Skippy the Bear? who is I love how he's like, Ben Burgess, Vosh, Skippy the Bear. Yeah, all three of those, the three most prominent bread tubers of all time.
don't think that they're not, you know, you want to say, oh, it's just tit for tat. No, these are evil people. These are vicious, evil people, okay? And I probably sound a little alarmist by saying that. These are vicious, evil people. Read about Indonesia, right? Indonesia, there was oh, God forbid, a tankie was the president, and the CIA overthrew the government, and they murdered 500,000 people. And there were so many dead bodies that the rivers in 1965 in Indonesia got clogged. And these people basically are...
Wait, Skippy the Bear is Thought Slime? Really? Oh. Is that his nickname for him? Or is that something I don't know about? Does the lore go so deep? And how are you conflating what happened in Indonesia, which, yes, is true, the CIA did do some incredibly shady shit under multiple US presidents, with BreadTube? BreadTube is a fucking group of people on the internet loosely connected by a Reddit thread. That's it. There are a bunch, like, if you want to critique BreadTube, there's a lot of ways to do it and a lot of ways to be effective at it, okay? You can easily talk about the fact that there's this weird celebrity culture worship around it. You can talk about the fact that it is a market, first and foremost, and people are applying to that market. That a whole bunch of people popped up after the success of ContraPoints and Abigail and H-Bomber Guy and wanted to emulate that and create more products for that market, not just with the sole purpose of, like, furthering leftism. You can also critique the fact that many of the most prominent people, like ContraPoints, align themselves more with, like, SOCDEM policies than they do with radical anti-capitalism. These are all fair critiques. But to say that they are somehow an organization of individuals who are plotting to kill you as part of some massive conspiracy is absolutely absurd. This is so much more wild than I thought it was going to be. I thought he was just going to critique each one of them on their merits and be like, well, these people espouse to be anti-capitalists, and yet ... I would have been like, okay, that's all valid to do. But all of this, holy shit. My freeze frames on Caleb's face have been golden. It's a superpower that I didn't know I was born with. Like, some people can see through walls. Some people have 12 penises. For me, I can freeze frame pause at amazing moments. That's it.
Are for imperialism. They would have thought, oh, that guy's a tankie. That's okay. These are vicious, evil people. These are vicious, vicious, evil people. And, you know, anyway, moving on. Not important, right? Not what everyone came on here to hear. But look, I mean, these people are evil. I mean, just what? I mean, again, I don't want to kill them. You know, Ben Burgess, I don't like him. I don't want to kill him. And I'm not telling people he's a Nazi, right? Vosh, don't like him.
Ben Burgess has never told anyone to kill you. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, that is such a ridiculous claim, to the point of being absolutely absurd. He had a mild critique of something you said online, and you lost your shit. Like, you are such a clown. I can't believe this. Oh my god. Like, fucking neocon McCarthyite, fucking imperialist, upholding the values of the US imperialism. Fucking, oh, it's so good. It's so good.
He ain't a Nazi, though. I'm not trying to kill him, right? These people are very, very, very dangerous. Okay? That's all I can say. That's all I can say, right? They're very, very dangerous.
It's a good thing that he's decided to take the critique of not repeating himself and has really taken that to heart. As you can tell, he's choosing not to repeat himself multiple times in this. He's just sticking to the facts. He's keeping this completely fact-based, which is very, very fair. It's a very appropriate way to maneuver around this complicated subject of not only character assassination, but it sounds like real assassination.
You know, they're motivated by anti-communism, and they think that all Aaron Mate and me and Anya Parampil and Max Blumenthal and, you know, blackagendareport.com, that we're all Nazis and worthy of death. And if that doesn't bother you on some level, I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, there's a guy named Alex Reed Ross who has written articles for the Israeli newspaper Haaretz that are worded very carefully to try and make it sound like I'm a white supremacist. You know, be very careful. All right, next point. Fusion energy.
Let's see if we can find this article in question. That's an Israeli news source, by the way. So interesting that they would say that about him. A final example of the dizzying international crockpot of New Horizon participants is Caleb Maupin. Once an organizer with the syncretic Stalinist Party workers' world and an Occupy Wall Street enthusiast, he saw the Dungeness light in 2014 New Horizon conference. He explained his conversion from hedonism to Marxist-Leninist left to populism in a discussion with Dugin and other far-right activists in Moscow last year, in which he applauded Donald Trump. That led him to become the UN correspondent for the Iran's anti-Semitic English-language press TV, and then to report on RT, and to board an Iranian ship claiming to be a humanitarian mission to Yemen in 2015 that various countries charged was smuggling arms to the Houthi rebel group. What? Oh my god, there's so much lore I didn't even know about. To get involved with the Students and Youth for a New America and to declare the left panders to blacks and to organize a debate with one of the headline speakers at the Charlottesville neo-Nazi rally. Augustus Invictus, who had this to say whether 6 million Jews died in the Holocaust. I'm waiting to see those facts. Has Iran become a magnet to so many unsavory kooks and spooks? Anton Shekhlistov, the author of Russian and the European Far Right, sees it as a long part of tradition. From Uranism, Iran is very important geopolitically speaking. That gives Iran as an ally to fight globalism in the US. Wow. I did not know that there was so much Caleb lore. It's wheels within wheels, everybody.
Big promoter of fusion energy. The biggest promoter of fusion energy is China. China is the biggest promoter of fusion energy at this point. You keep attracting hate, right? Thank you very much, David. Yeah, China is the biggest promoter of fusion energy. Read about the artificial sun. China is one of the biggest supporters of fusion energy. But you know what? Iran has been doing fusion energy, funding and research for years. In fact, I got to go interview Dr. Eric Lerner, who is the head of the fusion energy research of New Jersey. And that was back in 2014, 2015. I got to go to his facility in New Jersey. Beautiful, beautiful fusion energy facility. And he talked about how he was collaborating with a lab in Iran, and how the sanctions made it hard for him to collaborate with this lab in Iran. Fusion energy, Iran is supporting it, China's going, oh, it's not real socialism. I believe in happy, fun socialism, not the Soviet kind. Don't worry, guys, I'm not a bad socialist. I'm a good one, gee golly.
Our view is, and it's not about people. We're not against a trans person. It's the ideology that's being pushed on people that says, you are what you think you are. Now, this is total idealism. Idealism in the philosophical sense of the opposite of materialism. It says, I think, therefore I am. Whatever I think, that's reality. Now, as a Marxist, we have to uphold the idea that, or the reality, that material reality is...
It's not a communist. He may be a liar, a pig, an idiot, a communist, but he is not a porn star.
Oh no, I was an ML. I was a tanky. Because I'd been lied to. Now, why do I not walk around the streets naked? That may be, I don't have any desire to do so, but if I did, I couldn't do it. If my instinct told me I could run around naked, I couldn't do it or I would go to jail. That would be indecent exposure. Why?
Because civilization restrains my instinct.
Face the ruins of U.S. society. Now it is time for white people to change how they see themselves. We need to understand that the satanic cabal of bankers that has committed so many crimes around the world is also our enemy. The people of Iran, Venezuela, Russia, China, Palestine, Yemen, and anywhere else who are standing up and trying to break free from their system of global usury are our friends. A new revolutionary coalition must be forged, an alliance of the
don't 100% know.
If you didn't know where all this was coming from, I just figured I'd show you this little supercut. This little supercut that unfortunately got purged from the internet, but yeah.
Believe what you're saying, you don't say it. All that I 100% know about 9/11 is that there are some things about the official story of 9/11 that don't make sense. That's all I know. That's all I know. That is all I know. That's it. And I can't say more than that. Right? I can't say the U.S. government did it because I don't know that. I can't say Israel did it because I don't know that.
Come on, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. We gonna start a revolution. 'Cause we need a new solution. Gonna smash and break right through the mud.
Oh, classic. What a time to be alive, you know?
You're deep in blood, I was soaked forever. So enemy falls indoors.
Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Can you do the thing, you know, that thumbs up and comment and all those things that help us out in the algorithm that controls every aspect of our lives? Also, if you happen to have a Facebook account, can you delete it? Like, just delete it. You should probably delete your Facebook account because it's not a great company. But hey, if you can't do that for whatever reason, I understand. And could you also go to facebook.com/thesurftimes then and give us a little like and a follow. We're just trying to push back against the fact that people like Ben Shapiro happen to dominate the platform entirely. And when everyone asks why do older generations believe the things they believe, one of the problems is the majority of them on social media use Facebook. So to counter that, we're just going to be on there too now. Also, if you happen to have a union or a worker co-op or even a leftist project, podcast, website, Zoom, MySpace, it doesn't matter. We will advertise it for free on this channel. All you got to do is go to weareserfs.com and use the forms that we got there, weareserfs.com. Thanks, everybody.
To our gods, Xander Corvus and VK Jehannam, we are prepared to commit human sacrifices for your eternal glory. To our monarchs, the Tim Caucus and Tom Spiker, we are humbled to be your oafish jesters, clowning around in your royal court. To our lords, Evan Nudie, Tofox, Ryan Lubin, Trevor R., Jeff Lamb, and Alexander Thaler, we shall proudly carry your standard onto the battlefield and die for your precious land. To our esteemed Knights of the Round Table, Dark Puppy, Jenna Towell, Anna Loves Riley, Quiet 185, Omni, Riley and Anna, Poodlehawk, Multimondi, Trevor Janis, Lemmy 101, Anthropophojak, Saren 42, Chronic to Hemphog, The Great Pudini, Bone Genie, Catherine, Radical Maniac, Ramona Costa, J. Fraser Cartwright, Jimmy Bignuts, Violent Orchard, Sophie Baby, Andreas Chiringuito, Zach Christensen, Yopi, Josh Mickelson, Todd Buckingham, and Todd Lajeunesse. We raise our glass, we raise our swords, and we salute you.